go. All right, good morning.
How's it going, brother?
Hey, what's going on, man? Long time no talk. How are you?
I'm good. It's been a while. I think the last time
It's
we
been a
spoke was
while.
like beginning of the year, right? It's been like
Yeah,
4 months
man. You're
already.
busy, killing it. You're busy. I see your Instagram. You're just killing it, crushing
Trying.
it. I don't know how many business. How do you handle that, man? That's my number one question. You got so much stuff going on. I get headache looking at your stuff, man. I'm like, this guy's killing it.
Hey,
Listen,
man.
I need you to be my mentor. I need to learn multitasking from you.
That's right. That's right. I mean, it's all about prioritization and just time management, right? For me, every single hour in my calendar needs to account for something, whether that'll be prioritizing my business and restaurant, whether that'll be prioritizing my fitness side of things, my wealth, relationship, whatever it might be. So my calendar, there's always time slots for every single aspect of my life that I need to account for. So that's why I stay as productive as much as possible on a day-to-day basis.
That is awesome. Why is it that you're able to do it and a lot of people can't do it? How do we close that gap? Practical way of how do we close that gap?
I mean, I started with just one thing. I mean, let's go back directly to the book since it is about the book, right? Napoleon Hill talks about the having a purpose, having a definite purpose of just one thing. So once you focus on one thing that you're really good at, you can monetize that and scale that up to the next business. Before I jump into all this dabble in a lot of things, I need to make sure that I have a sustainable income to sustain my current lifestyle with one thing, right? Whether that'll be my personal training. That's how I started up with an online coaching first, and then it transitioned to entrepreneurship when it comes to business consulting, when it comes to social media marketing, and all sorts of things, right? But having that one outlet that you're really good at, and then scale it up to the next level, then now you can invest in different businesses, and that's how I get to where I am today.
That is awesome. So let me ask you a question. On your daily routine, how many minutes is for fitness? How many minutes is for reading? How many minutes is for networking with other entrepreneurs?
There's no set hours for anything. As I said, like I just prioritize what needs to be done. Sometimes I'll wake up as late as 1 in the afternoon. Sometimes I'll wake up at 4 in the morning, right? It all depends on the schedule when it comes to that. But when it comes to fitness and just entrepreneurship, they're like 50% of my life. That's like my main principle. It doesn't matter how much wealth I get if my health isn't up to par, and I feel like that I'm losing. So I want to make sure that I'm successful in all aspects of life, whether that'll be wealth, health, fitness, relationship, environmental, like spiritual, and all the type of mindset that comes along with it, right? So let's say daily routine, something that I would like to say really consistent upon is meditation. So as soon as I wake up, I meditate for 10 to 15 minutes. Make sure my mind's clear, make sure everything is like all set. And then it helps me kind of like focus a little bit more with all the success lists that I write down. I talk about this all the time. Like a lot of people are asking, okay, how do you, like you, like they're fascinated of like, what's going on? How are you able to do all sorts of things all at the same day, right? For me, it's all about having a success list. You write down your success list every single day, jot down your long-term goals, your short-term goals, and then you just execute upon it, right? Again, that's the time slot by the hour. 9 a.m., okay, I'll do my fasted cardio. 10 a.m., I'll eat my breakfast. 11 a.m., I'll go ahead and do my meetings with my other business collaborations. 12 p.m., whatever it might be, there's always something going on, whether they'll be talking to my business clients, whether they'll be working with my businesses, or whether they'll be just me enjoying my life. So having a success list, write down right before you go to sleep so you have a purpose as soon as you wake up. You wake up with a plan already. You wake up with a purpose. You sleep with a plan, right? So as soon as you wake up, boom, boom, boom. You just get into it, and then you just like go over your success list. And then for every task that you get done, you feel like your sense of accomplishment. That's why I switched the word to-do list to a success list. It all starts with a mindset. For every task that I finish, I feel like I'm being successful for every little task that I get done on a day-to-day basis.
I agree with that 100%. That's fantastic. I'm gonna start doing that success list. But listen, let me just tell you something. If you don't have kids, once the kid is out, the diapers and pampers and milk, those things, listen, there's
Congrats,
no
by the way.
milk
I saw that you have a very cute
the
baby,
number you
brother.
call, you wake up. So the other night, me and my wife were so excited. You know, I'd never planned this before. You know, my baby went to sleep around 7 p.m. and we were like so excited. We're like, oh my God, we did it. 7 p.m. she fell asleep. We're like, can we drag it all the way to 7 in the morning tomorrow? I would have never thought in 1,000 years. The happiest and the most, I was proud of myself that I accomplished this. So if you would have asked me
Any
5 years
tips
ago,
would
I
you
would
give
have
me?
never known.
Let's say, since you already have a family and all that stuff, that's what I'm trying to transition upon now, right? I've been with my girlfriend for the past 7 years, and I feel like that it's finally time for me to move on to the next level. If coming from a family man like yourself, what would be the number one tip would you give me?
Number one tip is communication, man. And well, number one is communication. That's the most important one. Number two, whatever she says, just say yes, ma'am. I love you. That's the fastest way of you to become a successful man. Because the minute you say no and you resist it, either way it's gonna go her way. Might as well go with the flow. Don't resist it. Right? I resisted for a long time, and then I became wise. Now I say yes, ma'am. Whatever you say, and it just makes life easier. Sometimes I still go do what I want to do, but if you say yes, you acknowledge that you are going to do what you say. So,
So
but
basically,
no,
compromise, huh?
it's communication. Just the fact of the matter that you text and communicate, a couple of times per day, I think that eliminates a lot of the challenges. And the reason why communication is good is because you got to think about it. There's two of you guys. It's not just one. So whatever decision you make is going to affect her. So communicating it most of the time eliminates a lot of the challenges.
Makes sense. I'll definitely take notes of that. I mean, communication is a very important thing, not just in relationships, business relationships, in friendships, right? Everything will diminish over time if you don't have that. But it's a really good tip. I'll definitely take that into account for. But I'm still working on when it comes to just agreeing whatever she wants. That's hard. Coming from a man's perspective, we tend to have this egotistical pride of sense of I would like to say, like that pride kicks in every once in a while. So I'm definitely working on that. Definitely maybe go step down my ladder, the throne every once in a while.
I decided what are the stuff that she's good at. My wife is good with a lot of the planning on the money side, on the expenses, what we got to do, coordinating with family members and friends for events. Like those things I'm not good at. Communicating with people for this event, for baby shower, weddings, this, that, whatever the case might be. So I already know she's good at. So I let her handle that part.
Got it.
She knows I'm good at some other stuff. So to me, that just makes sense. The stuff that she's better than you, there's no reason for ego, man. Let her just handle it. And there are things that she knows that you're better than her, is your strong suit, and you'll have that, that whole entire thing that, it's already accomplished. And keep in mind, a lot of people are looking for a perfect person. There is no perfect person. Correct. You find one and then you make it perfect. A lot of people are looking for all of the criteria and the characteristics they're looking for. I mean, it's maybe 1 in a million that you'll be able to find that. If you do, you just won the jackpot and everything else. But other than that, to me, is you got to find one person and compromise. That's it.
That's right.
It's all about communication and compromising. If you do that, there you go. And he talks about it in the book. Specialized knowledge. You have to be smart. Accurate thinking. I already recognize that my wife is good at certain things. Her English is much more fluent than me. So when it comes to my daughter, she's going to teach her the English part, right? But then my other languages, my Farsi language, which I was born there, that's my strong suit. So when it comes to speaking Farsi, I'm going to teach my daughter all that stuff, right? So you got to have the balance and everything else. But I think because I have a daughter, I think they'll have a lot more in common with my wife. So what we need to decide whenever she starts understanding things on a higher level is that we're going to decide that whatever I say is got no bearing. Whatever she says has the last say. So if my daughter tomorrow comes and goes, what do you think of this? My first response is, what did your mom say?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the final decision is said with my wife. Why? Because it's a girl to a girl. They have a lot more common. They can talk to each other more comfortably. I'm just a support. What do you need me to support? And that's what we're going to do. So to me, those things need to be kind of set and talked about why I think that should be the case. So I don't think my wife is going to argue with that, but just talking about it, communicating about it, puts everything on the table so there's no hidden agenda. Everything is already talked about. We communicate. Just
That's
like with
right.
your business partners, man. You got to tell them what's up from the day one. This is
Got
what
to
I
be
want.
transparent. That's
That's
right.
it.
Write down the responsibilities for each person. This is what you're supposed to be good at. You focus on that. I'm good at this. Let me do my job, and then we go from there. That makes sense.
That's it. And you communicate, and you get a lot of feedback. Now, sometimes you don't like the feedback, but to me, if you don't get the feedback, then you're never going to polish up. So
That's right.
to me, that's one of the very, very important things. And in here, you know, Dr. Hill talks about mastermind group. A lot of times we confuse the mastermind group, you know, that you need to have in your household also too. You and your wife are creating that mastermind. You and your fiance, girlfriend, or significant other is creating that mastermind group. And if you guys are not on the same page, it just won't work. It
That's
won't
right.
last long term.
It needs to be some type of synergy together. So if her opinions and mindset aligns to what mine is, I think it just catalysts the relationship and the success together, right? Like they keep saying that law of attraction, law of attraction. You surround yourself with success, you're going to be success. Napoleon Hill talks about it over and over again. Think success and you'll be successful. It all starts with the mind. So that's a beautiful thing.
That's definitely that. So if you had to give one tip of one of the hardest shifts that you went through, one of the biggest challenges you succumbed, you know, and what you went through. Give us a short version, because a lot of people think entrepreneurship is easy,
No.
it's yandy, you're traveling all the time, you know,
Right.
everybody comes to you and gives you business, all that. So tell us a little, give us some reality check.
Sure. Let's go. There's a lot of failures. Like, to be honest with you, I feel like I've failed 10 times more than I've succeeded. And I continue to do so. I'm still failing until now. There's never going to be a process where it's just a one set and done. I'll become successful right away, right? So I think the process of success, you will need to fail multiple of times before. It's just now up to you how to be, I would like to say, consistent with the work that you want to get through. So let's talk about real stuff right now, right? Before I got to all the restaurants that I currently own right now, the very first restaurant that I own, I've lost so much money into that, so much money, so much time, and I lost a couple of friendship because the partnership didn't went through, right? But when in regards to those failures, it's a learning lesson for you. You got to realize that you can't just be depressed or be sad about it. You got to learn from it and then apply that to the next one. Let's be honest. I got sad. I mean, that was like my very first hard brick and mortar restaurant business. This was 4 or 5 years ago. When I bought that, I was like, you know what, man, this is going to be cool. Just the concept of logic of eating there before I go work out, eat there as much as I want after I work out, bring my friends and family just to chill and have some events or socialize event or whatnot. It's a great concept. And then losing all that and then losing more money and just not making it successful, it really hurts not only my pride, but also like myself. I feel like I've failed myself. I failed my partners. I failed my family and everybody else that was with me during those times. But you know what? Like, I think the failures, you gotta know how to embrace this. You gotta accept it. You gotta accept it and just keep moving forward. I think that's where I think a lot of people don't acquire success because they stop at a certain point. Let's say that they failed a couple times, they get tired of it, and then they just settle. They just settle. You get complacent over time. For me, I embrace failures. I welcome it. So the more I fail, I feel like because I'm leveling up now. I'm challenging myself to get to the next level. I'm continuing to fail as we speak right now, right? Like, I feel like, okay, I haven't got my goal. It's Q2. It's almost here. Q1, I didn't hit my goal again. Q2, I'm not. But you know what? I still have the Q3 and Q4 at the end of the year. It's still half a year. I'm going to keep moving forward, keep challenging myself and get myself to the next level. I just recently acquired another restaurant. And I'm like, you know what? Would I rather flex right now? Real talk. Like, I really want to flex, like, so hard, like, especially through social media, because it's all part of the marketing sense. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get my Lambo or my Ferrari. I've been talking about it year after year. But year after year, an opportunity comes along, whether it's an investment or something that's for the long-term investment and asset that can build up my business and my personal brand as well. So you know what? I took the risk again. Now I just invested in Tumi. Tumi Chicago is a sushi restaurant in Revival Food Hall. It's one of the best spots here in Chicago. And then, you know what? I'm proud that I did it instead of me wasting my money in this materialistic things that's not really going to generate me income. Maybe later on down the road, once I am able actually to afford that, to buy that off in cash or something, that can accumulate some type of income too. So, I mean, again, it's all about the mindset, how bad you want it. You can't make excuses whether you wanted the fitness goals. You need to have a definite purpose, you know, and then have a deadline to execute upon it. I mean, day to day, basis, like every single day. I have some type of goal that I want to achieve. Like today, if I don't make $2 grand from the side hustles that I'm doing, whether it's the personal branding growth, I'm like, man, I feel like I failed. But you know what? I have another day. I have another day. I have another day. And just keep going at it. Some week I'm going to make $200, but some weeks I'm going to make 20K. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's not always going to be a success every single day. You're just going to keep grinding, and hustling, and it'll come over time.
I agree with that 100%, and I love it that you share it. And it's a real talk, man. You got to go through the failure. So it's not how many times you get down, it's how many times you get back up. Obviously, right. Everybody on this channel know that. Dr. Hill talks about it in the book, 3 feet from gold. You know, just keep pushing, man. Just keep pushing. And don't let the failures get into your head. Just let it come in from one side and just let it exit the other way. If you keep it in between, you're going to go crazy. So you already lost the money. Might as well not go through the pain. Just let it go. That's it. So that's how it is. Fritz, I want to thank you so much for spending this time. I know you're a busy man. I appreciate you being on our platform. And if there's any way that we could help you, just let us know, brother.
Most definitely. Glad to see you again. Talk to you, man. I'll see you guys.
You got it, brother. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.